Donald Trump abruptly fires 4STAR general who headed National Security Agency. The move has triggered sharp criticism from members of Congress and demands for an immediate explanation. President Donald Trump has abruptly fired the director of the National Security Agency, according to U.S. officials and members of Congress, but the White House and the Pentagon have provided no reasons for the move. Senior military leaders were informed Thursday of the firing of Air Force General Tim Haw, who also oversaw the Pentagon's Cyber Command, the officials said. They received no advance notice about the decision to remove a four-star general with a 3-3-year career in intelligence and cyber operations, according to the officials, who spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss personnel decisions. The move has triggered sharp criticism from members of Congress and demands for an immediate explanation. And it marks the latest dismissal of national security officials by Trump at a time when his Republican administration faces criticism over his failure to take any action against other key leaders' use of an unclassified signal messaging chat that included the Atlantic editor-in-chief Jeffrey Goldberg to discuss plans for a military strike. It's unclear who is now in charge of the NSA and the Cyber Command. Also fired was Haw's civilian deputy at the NSA, Wendy Noble. The NSA notified congressional leadership and top lawmakers of the National Security Committees of the firing late Wednesday but did not give reasons, according to a person familiar with the situation who insisted on anonymity to discuss the matter. The person said Noble has been reassigned to the Office of the Defense Undersecretary for Intelligence. The White House did not respond to messages seeking comment. The NSA referred questions about Haw to the Defense Department. The Pentagon did not respond to questions about why he was fired or provide other details. Sean Parnell, the chief Pentagon spokesman, would only say, in a statement, that the department thanks Haw for his decades of service to our nation, culminating as U.S. Cyber Command Commander and National Security Agency Director. We wish him and his family well. Far-right activist and commentator Laura Loomer appeared to take credit Friday in a post on X, saying she raised concerns to Trump about Haw's ties to General Mark Milley and the Biden administration and questioned the NSA chief's loyalty to the president. Milley served as chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff during Trump's first term but has since become an outspoken critic. Given the fact that the NSA is arguably the most powerful intel agency in the world, we cannot allow for a Biden nominee to hold that position, Loomer wrote. Thank you, President Trump, for being receptive to the vetting materials provided to you, and thank you for firing these Biden holdovers. It's unclear what Loomer meant about Haw's ties to Milley, who served in the Army. Milley retired in September 2023, a few months before Haw took over at the NSA. Haw would not have been a member of the Joint Chiefs of Staff during Milley's tenure. As chairman, Milley could have provided input or advice on dozens of military nominations for senior officer slots, so it remains to be seen if any or all officers who were promoted during that time are also considered vulnerable. Loomer, who has claimed the September 11, 2001, attacks were an inside job, had discussed staff loyalty with Trump in an Oval Office meeting Wednesday, according to several people familiar with the situation who spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss the sensitive personnel matter. A day later, Trump said he fired some White House National Security Council officials. Rep. Jim Himes, ranking member of the House Intelligence Committee, sent a letter to Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth demanding to know why Haw and Noble were fired. Public reporting suggests that your removal of these officials was driven by a fringe social media personality, which represents a deeply troubling breach of the norms that safeguard our national security apparatus from political pressure and conspiracy theories, Himes, D-Con. wrote. Senator Jack Reed, a Democrat from Rhode Island, said Friday that he has long warned about the dangers of firing military officers as a political loyalty test. In addition to the other military leaders and national security officials Trump has fired, he is sending a chilling message throughout the ranks: don't give your best military advice, or you may face consequences, Reed said in a statement. He added that Trump has given a priceless gift to China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea by purging competence from our national security leadership. Another Democrat, Senator Mark Warner of Virginia, vice chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee, said the U.S. was facing unprecedented cyber threats and asked how firing Haw, who has served in the military for more than 30 years, makes America safer. Haw's firing sets off a 6-0-day process. Unless he is moved to another 3- or 4-star job in 60 days, he would automatically revert to a 2-star. Any new high-level job would be unlikely since that would require a nomination from Trump, who just fired him. As a result, Haw, who was confirmed for the NSA job in a unanimous Senate vote in December 2023, would likely retire. Trump hasn't commented on Haw or Noble, but on Thursday, he dismissed the National Security Council firings as normal. Always were letting go of people, Trump told reporters aboard Air Force One as he made his way to Miami on Thursday afternoon. People that we don't like, or people that we don't think can do the job, or people that may have loyalties to somebody else. The firings come as Trump's national security advisor, Mike Waltz, fights calls for his ouster after using the publicly available encrypted Signal app to discuss planning for a sensitive March 15 military operation targeting Houthi militants in Yemen. Warner called it astonishing that Trump would fire the nonpartisan, experienced leader of the National Security Agency while still failing to hold any member of his team accountable for leaking classified information on a commercial messaging app, even as he apparently takes staffing direction on national security from a discredited conspiracy theorist in the Oval Office. Met last month with Elon Musk, whose Department of Government Efficiency has roiled the federal government by slashing personnel and budgets at dozens of agencies. In a statement, the NSA said the meeting was intended to ensure both organizations are aligned with the new administration's priorities. Ha had led both the NSA and Cyber Command since February 2024. Both departments play leading roles in the nation's cybersecurity. The NSA also supports the military and other national security agencies by collecting and analyzing a vast amount of data and information globally. Cyber Command is known as America's first line of defense in cyberspace and also plans offensive cyber operations for potential use against adversaries. Nan.